Start that one again. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today it's going to be a quick video. I say quick, I always say quick, but it never is. It's definitely going to be a quicker video than what it's going to take me to do this anyway. So it's probably going to take me about 3 or 4 months, but you'll be watching it now and hopefully you'll be seeing the finished product. But what it is I'll just give you a quick sort of glimpse. I've just bought a new property and I'll just show you around. Yeah, I've got my jet ski, which I'll get to that later, but as you can see, it's a standard new build property. So yeah, there's just stuff everywhere. It's not great. I've obviously just moved, so I'm just getting everything sorted, but hopefully what I'm going to do is turn this into an everyday garage, into what I'd like. Well, it's like my dream workshop, but on a budget, you know. But I've got lights to fit, painting, I've got new doors to fit, roofing to fit, flooring to do, and I'll explain as I go through them why I'm doing them and the reasons behind it. And I mean, if your bank balance was, you know, ridiculous, then none of this would be a problem. You know, you just get someone in to do it. But I want to go through it myself, try and save myself a few quid, you know, in today's current climate and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so hopefully, let's get cracking. Right guys, so just a really quick update. As you can see, because I've got breeze block down this side, I've decided I want to paint it black. Now, because I'm going to be putting roofing up here, and that's going to be black, because I'm going to have some lighting, which I'll show you shortly. It'll sort of all flow, and I don't know about you guys, but breeze block to me just looks ugly, industrial. I mean, there's nothing wrong with industrial, but I think with it black, if you imagine just sort of like hanging some nice wooden shelves on there, some industrial looking shelves, maybe I've made a mistake. What do you think? But I'll stick the time lapse up once I get the jet ski out of the way and we can paint this bit. But I just wanted to do a tester just to see what it come out like and how it painted. It's a bit of a pain in the bum, to be honest, to paint masonry, well, breeze blocks, as anyone will probably know, but you've got to lay it on quite thick because you've got all the little gaps. But yeah, we'll see. I just thought I'd give you a quick update anyway, because I'm trying to crack on with this as much as I can, and I'm having to do bits and bobs, really, while I'm just sort of, you know, in between work and whatnot, and that. It looks all a bit messy now, but I'm sure it'll sort of all look good when I edit it, or, well, it'll look decent when I edit it. So let's get cracking. As you've seen from the time lapses, I've been painting the wall black. Now, I didn't think I liked it, but actually, if I just turn it around, excuse the X, I want that to be like the last brick, but yeah, I mean, I'm having a bit of issues. There's a bit there you can see, that's from where I had to put some plaster in, so it's not quite dry yet, but I mean, it's been a bit of a nightmare trying to get down the side of the jet ski and that, but yeah, I know it don't look much now, but I reckon when it is all done, and then you add in sort of like the roof and the lights and stuff. Yeah, so just a progress update, and yeah, we'll keep cracking. Hi guys, so it's been a few days now. Last you seen that the wall got done. That's now completed. Settled in for a bit, so it's dry. Obviously it's dry, it's been a few days, but yeah, I really like the look of that. Some people say that it sort of makes the space look smaller, but that's kind of like what I'm going for. I'm kind of going for a thing now. As you can sort of tell as I'm walking around, I've got a few cupboards in now, so I didn't want to put it on a time lapse of IKEA. Yeah, it's just wasted my time and your time. But what I've done is I bought these IKEA units. Now, I like that one because it kind of like blends in a little bit to the back. Now, the thing is, I've got another one here, but I don't have much space. So I was going to put the second one here, But then if I wanted to access oils and greases and blah, 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 it just would have been a nightmare. So this cupboard's just going to go in the back. I did try it the other way, but trust me, with the limited space that I've got, there is a method to my madness. And this one, because it gives me a lot more access down there, you know, I can keep things coming handy like car cleaning stuff, jet ski cleaning stuff. I'll get to the jet ski in the future, but all I'm going to do today is, as you can see, I've also got some other ones, some more IKEA units to sort of act as workbenches, and these will be drawers. And obviously everything's a bit of a mess at the minute, but this is the whole point of it. It's a process. It's not going to get done in a day, but I'm going to get one more of these units and I'm going to stick it over there along with my little work stool. That'll be the back wall finished, and I need like a feature. I've got a shelf to go up with some really nice like brackets that'll go up there, and I've got some things to hang up over there. And then the main two jobs that are left now, I'm not doing the floor. Probably not for a few months, because yeah, just at the minute I think I'll get everything in place where I like it, work with it for a bit, and then do the floor once I'm happy where everything's going to be, because the floor's not great, but it'll do for now. The main thing, or the two more main things I'm going to do, and I'll time lapse these and I'll do them because they're quite big jobs. I'm going to do one myself, and then I'm going to get a company in to do another. Now, the one I'm going to do myself is the roof and the lighting. I'm going to build like a little loft up here so I can store stuff. As you can see now, it's all just sort of hanging down. But again, that's just indicative of moving into a new property. So I'm going to build like a loft hatch somewhere up here. And then this is all going to be boarded out. So plywood, I'm going to have everything at the top sort of like done so you can get access to it. I'm going to have a ladder come down, yada, 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 a bit more space. And then it's all going to be plywooded over, sealed in, insulated. So it's going to be a big job, loads of time lapses, but it'll only be a few seconds for you guys. But I'll show you how I did it, what I used. I'm going to strengthen all this and stuff, and then I'm going to paint it black. So there's my sort of method. So black cupboards, black worktops, black roof, but it all sort of boils down to, the reason why I'm going black is because I think, some may agree, some may disagree, but what I've bought, I don't want to show you yet because it's really exciting and it'll really bring this garage together. It's like, in my opinion, it's probably like the best thing, but we'll leave that, it will come to that. But the other thing that I'm getting done is I'm getting these removed and I'm getting a new garage door put in. Now, anyone that's had a new build before, there's gaps here, there's gaps there, there's gaps everywhere. And then it's obviously quite intrusive. And then, as you can see, that is as much space I've got. Now, I'm only going to gain maybe a few millimeters, but I'm getting a roller garage door fitted, and it's going to be fitted externally. So all these bars will go a bit more sort of head height, bit sort of, it'll look a lot cleaner. That's the plan. And I'm going to have it in a different color, but they're coming in a few weeks. So, and then hopefully that will be it. And then I'll explain a bit more about the jet ski, why I'm putting everything where I'm putting it. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm just cracking on as much as I can. Probably just boring you silly as well. But yeah, cupboards. So I'm going to sort the cupboards out today, put all my tools, well, all my extra bits and bobs that I've just got loafing around that are just stacked up, getting on my nerves. I hate clutter. Put everything away so it's least tidy anyway. So I'll get cracking with that, and I'll show you the finished result. Hi guys, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. So as you've seen from the last part, I basically tried to tidy everything up, and I had a method to my madness. Now that didn't quite work, and as you can probably see behind me, I've put the other cupboard there. Now I'll show you around so you can sort of see this is the progress so far. So I've got the workbench in place, some shelves from my friend donated. I've got my little vise in. Now, yeah, it's not exactly thick ply, but it's fine. Put my shelf up, little things, all there, all done. So they're all in, they're all sort of, everything's put away. As you can see, there's barely any clutter now, which was doing my nut in. So what I've done is, them two cupboards are there now, so everything's all put away in there, like car cleaning, oils, greases, etc, etc. I've built a little shelf. Oh, focus. Built a little shelf here that when my electrician comes, I'm going to get a socket put in there that will go to an outside socket. Fridge, tea making station, because tea is most important, and coffee. But yeah, so I'm having like a little thing there. I've got a stool that I bought, which is immense to work on, sit on and do stuff on. I've basically followed the same thing. So it's like pine plywood, industrial sort of like brackets, the same as over there. So it all sort of fits and everything's sort of coming together now. So it's cold tonight, but I've just finished and it's getting there. So yeah, I'm trying not to sort of update you too much, but it's hard to know what's coming next. But it'll be electricians coming in to change a few sockets up. Then the roof's gonna get done, which I'll do myself. And even though I said I'm not doing flooring, I'm gonna do flooring, but I've got a really good plan for that. Not too expensive. It's kind of like the middle ground. You can paint it on the cheap side, but it'll peel potentially. You can get self-leveling stuff, epoxy floors, which is the expensive side, and I've gone sort of like the middle ground, but I'll price it all up at the end anyway. But yeah, it's getting on. Looks pretty good. Well, it's looking pretty good. And yeah, so garage door. As you can see, this is the one that's come with the property. Massive gap at the bottom, bit of a gap at the top. Now, I get it, it's a garage door, you know, I'm never going to seal it off completely. That's just silly. But it will be a lot better. It's a thicker door, it's a roller door, so it gives me a little bit more space. But I'll show you the before, what it looked like, and I'll show you an after when it's all fitted and how it works and stuff. But it's just, in my mind, especially when, and I will get to it, I do promise, the jet ski is in here over the winter. I mean, as you can see, I've got it in covers now because he's cold, bless him. But yeah, so garage will be next. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Nothing's really changed. I said it'd be a couple of months for me. It's been a few weeks, but you know, probably 5 or 6 minutes for you. But yeah, so hopefully we'll see the garage door. Ta-da! Oh, nice. Now, it's fitted on the outside. I'll show you in the morning because it's dark and it's cold. But it was obviously the old garage door was sort of like fitted here. So it's given me just a little bit more space. It's got a control panel which comes with it. It's plugged into just a plug for now. I've got my electrician come in. But yeah. But I just wanted to show you it now. Again, I'll show you in the morning. But it just gives me so much more room. You see obviously that bit there where the sort of roller bars would go from the old garage door lifting. Now, when the garage door was open, it was there. So, you know, there was no space. Now, obviously, I'm not doing anything with this space, but it just feels like there's so much more space in this sort of area. So, you know, I could put up more shelves or whatever and not have to worry about banging my head or having to go underneath it or whatever. But yeah, just thought I'd give you an update as it's just been fitted. Yeah, banging job by the team that did it. I'll put a link to their website because they were fantastic, really helpful from start to finish and reasonably priced as well. So remember. Now, because this garage door is sitting so much more forward, it basically sits in front of the concrete slab and it sits with its, the bottom sits on the drain. So hopefully any water, now, I don't know if you can really tell, camera doesn't really pick it up, but when it used to rain, because there was a gap at the bottom of the door, it was horrendous. It would be like puddles and it's no good for the concrete. I mean, it probably needs some work down there, but yeah, but now that this is fitted and giving me that bit more space, it gives me a chance to repair the concrete and stop it from getting, pardon my French, piss wet through every time it rains. So yeah, much happier with it, much happier. Okay then guys, so I went to time lapse for this bit and I got loads of 2x4. I got like about 14 meters of it, and basically because my joists were slightly off each and every one, there wasn't such a standard size, so you know, I had to measure each one, sort of placing it where I could, thinking about the plywood that was going to go on, so we could sort of have it as strong as possible. But yeah, pretty straightforward, you know, nothing hard, just cut it right and screw them into place. The next day my friend come round. I'm really thankful that he did, because he had like a rail saw and you know, we had to measure this all up. This is just standard 2 meters 40 by 1 meter 80, sort of 12 mil ply, but we had to cut it obviously down because where the joists were and whatnot. So, and obviously like the brickwork, we sort of had to measure it. And my garage is slightly wonky,
which doesn't help. But thankfully he came round, give me a hand, and as you can see just in the top there, that's where I'm going to put an access hatch. So then I decided that I'm really impatient, so I'm going to paint it before I finished it. This sort of become a pain in the arse near the end because I forgot to film the last panel going in and painting it. But I'm really impatient. I just couldn't wait. So, but in all fairness, I think it looks really good. You know, and it started to sort of give me a bit of incentive because the garage was coming together, and I wanted to sort of get it done. So yeah, as you can see there, just where I'm at, that's where the loft hatch is, and then I'm sort of finishing off around the edges, just sort of getting all the little bits and the brickwork to try and make it look straight. But I must have wonky eyes because I couldn't get anything straight. But yeah, so and then now I fast forwarded. I forgot to time lapse this bit, but this is the lighting, and as you can see in the top corner there, that final board's in place and painted. So this lighting, it's absolutely fantastic, and you can probably guess by now that the shape it's going together that these are hexagon lights, and they're LEDs. They're from a company called Hexagon Lighting. I'll leave a link in the description, but really, really easy to put together, really well priced. I'll do a price breakdown at the end of everything that I've spent. Got the wife to come in and sort of help me with the first bit, so she held it up while I sort of got the first few screws in, and then it was just a case of going round and then sort of tightening it up. But yeah, you can just see from this time lapse that it's night and day difference, and they look fantastic. So yeah, that was my time lapse anyway.
They look mega. So you can sort of see the look I was going for now, black. It kind of, weirdly enough, people say that black makes it feel smaller, but I think it sort of opens it out, and then with these lights, it genuinely feels a lot more spacious in here. And as you can see, it's pitch black outside. So yeah, I think they look fab. I mean, I've just sorted things out. There's still more to do. Garage floor's the next thing. You can see it now because it's bright as anything in here, but yeah, this garage floor is bad, you know, and it's uneven and it's horrible. So I'll explain when I get them, but I'll show you what I'm going to do. It's not a cheap option, but it's not an expensive option. You could just paint it. You could use like polyurethane paint. Probably for my use that would be all right, but I wanted something just a little bit different. I could go epoxy, but we'll get into the costs at the end. So I've gone for these PVC tiles. I'll speak about them when they arrive. I haven't actually ordered them yet, but once they arrive, and we'll go through the process of fitting them. Looks pretty simple, but yeah, it's coming along. It's cold, so that insulation needs to go in sharpish. So moving on to the flooring then. Now this was from a company called Duramat. I'll leave a link, like I've said, to everything down below. This was a pack that I got from them for 60 tiles, which covers around 15 square meters, which is about my garage. Like I've said before, my garage is slightly wonky, so just got to be careful when you cut it. And as you can see, please make sure you clean your garage. Now my garage was actually clean and it was swept out, but the flooring in this garage was horrendous. It just created dust everywhere. And then there was a few fiddly bits like around by the garage door at the back, but I had a multi-tool to sort of cut the bottom of the frame off so I could get it in. And, you know, nothing too complicated to do to this really. There was a bit that I'm doing now that goes around the breeze block, but apart from that, really straightforward. The tiles seem really durable actually. I'm really impressed with them, and the company have been fantastic. You know, when they drop them off, there's loads of information, and I think they're well priced as well. So, but again, I'll get into a price breakdown at the end. But as you can see, just I wish I'd have done it slightly different. I've had to move like the cupboards around just so I can get into the back. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, no one's ever going to see it, but you know, it's just one of them things. And then really, it's just a case of cleaning up, and yeah, the floor's done. So I think it looks fab. Right guys, so I thought I'd give you a really quick update. It's done. Check this out.
Get you whatever you want. I'll settle for nothing. As long as we can keep the fire. I'll do whatever you do. Follow you anywhere. Imagine living without it, without it. So let's go. Heaven is worth fighting for, you know. I've been standing right next to you, next to you. Oh, I know it won't be easy, but it's true. We will regret what we didn't do, what we didn't do, what we didn't do.
Hi guys, so as I promised, I'll give you a price breakdown. So now you've seen that the garage is done, I'm really chuffed with it. Genuinely came out much better than I thought it did, and it come in under budget. So I'll get that out of the way straight away. I came in under budget now by quite a bit. My budget was £5,000. Now that seems pretty extreme, but I was starting from the basis that I didn't have anything. I didn't have cabinets, I didn't have anything. This was just a plain garage. So all my tools were kept in my truck overnight. So I had to start from scratch. Now, if you've got cabinets, workbenches, toolboxes, etc., you're probably going to save yourself quite a bit of money. So, but I had to start from the beginning. So what I did is, like I say, £5,000. And the first thing before I started filming was that, right, I need epoxy flooring. I need to sort the garage floor out, you know. And basically, I spoke to a few companies, got a few quotes, and the cheapest I came across was £4,300, excluding VAT, so 5,100 and something with VAT. So that just blew my budget straight away, and it would have left me no wiggle room for absolutely anything else. So I had to have a massive rethink. So from there, it was kind of like, panic. So I started with looking into other areas, and as you've seen from the floor, I'll get to the price of the floor, but I'll start really where I started. So the painting for the ceiling and the masonry come in at with brushes, pots, you know, thinners, all that sort of stuff. It was standard masonry paint, and then I used a couple of rollers, this, that, and the other. So that come in at £100 there or thereabouts. I'm not going to count pennies, but it was about £100. I sort of accounted for a couple of bits of paint, different. I got paint for the door, you know, and touch-up paint for the floor, etc., etc. So that come in at £100, and then from there, my next big expenditure, like I said, was the cabinets and the toolbox. Now the cabinets were from IKEA. I think it's called the Brior system. But I got three of these with cupboards, with worktops, and the two cabinets. That come in at £979. And then I got a standard Halford's toolbox, which come in at £263. So that's a big chunk of anyone's budget, really. So from there, the next big expenditure that I did, or I got, was an electrician come in. I don't trust myself doing electrics, so get the professionals in my opinion. Please do. Don't want anyone hurting themselves, because I'd probably hurt myself doing it. Not good with electrics. But they come in, they put a couple of double sockets in, an extra light switch, a couple of double sockets there, more double sockets over there for my fridge and my tea boat, and then a couple of double sockets outside. So that come in at £420. The next big thing was a garage door. Now, probably the most expensive thing, but in my opinion, totally worth it. That was from a company called Roller Garage Door Limited in the UK, or Roller Garage Door UK Limited. Price for that, and this was, they were really good. They did the quote. They were great from start to finish, and it was a fairly quick turnaround. I think it was like a couple of weeks from actually ringing them to getting the door fitted. So that was really good. £990 for that. Makes an absolute massive difference in my opinion. And then the next thing was, from there, as you've seen from the time lapses, was the ceiling. Now I got 6 sheets of, now I got it wrong, but it's standard ply, or 12mm ply, and it's 240 by 120, not 240 by 180. So I got 6 of them, and then I got about 14 meters of 2x4 to add for the strengthening beams in between in the trusses and the joists, if you like. That come in total of £175. Now, what I think brings it all together was the lighting, and that's from a company called Hexagon Lighting Limited. They were brilliant. Again, I had an issue with it, and the process. One of the lights had an earth on it, but luckily they sent a spare, and the whole process of speaking to them on the phone, dealing with it, moving forward with it, absolutely amazing. But as you've seen from the time lapse, really easy to put together, really, really good. Like I say, £295 for that, totally worth it. You could go cheaper and just get strip lights, but I just think that adds an extra dimension. So yeah, that was great. So once the lighting was up, the next thing that you seen was the floor. That come from a company called Duramat Limited, or Duramat UK Limited. Price for that, including a couple of extra tiles, £464. So just the flooring alone, over 10 times cheaper than what I got quoted for epoxy. Now you could argue epoxy is the best, but I just didn't have the budget for that. So the flooring, really easy to do, really hard wearing, really nice, really good, really like it. You know, and again, really good from start to finish. The company, from the ordering process to delivery to sort of after sales, they've been fantastic. So really the grand total, oh, I forgot the TV, only a little TV, but it's good to show the odd jobs on the TV, you know, when I'm busy. That come with a bracket. It's only a 32 inch. That was £243. So they were the big bulk items. I didn't really include things like what I've got here. It's like just some EVA foam, some hooks, the stool, things like that, because you know that's just what I wanted to put in. But the bulk major items to get it like this. So the grand total, so if I'm pointing up here somewhere, put them all down there, and then the grand total underneath was £3,929. Expensive, but it come over £1,000 under the budget. And if you think I'd have done the flooring, epoxy, I wouldn't have had anything else. I'd have blown my budget. I could have quite easily spent £10,000 in here, if not more, you know. So the reason I did this, the reason I got this, was the jet ski. Now, I promised I'd talk about it. As you've seen, I've got a 2022 Sea-Doo GTX 230. I love jet skiing. It was something I used to do when I was a lot younger, and it was like an itch I couldn't scratch. So I built this workshop purposely for the jet ski. Yeah, you can't get a car in here anymore because of all the cupboards, but that was never my intention. It was always about the jet ski. You know, I wanted to do it. I'll do some reviews on the jet ski. I'll do some videos on the jet ski. It's my passion. Over here in the UK, jet skiing is not a massive thing, but, well, it is down south, but up in Yorkshire, not so much. But it is what it is. I love it. I'm trying to get the wife into it and other people, but hey-ho. But, yeah, so this was the reason. This was my little workshop, my little sort of thing. I know it's not what we normally do in this channel, but thanks for watching, guys. You know, thanks for bearing with me in this last bit. But, no, it's been fab. I've really enjoyed it. The whole process from start to finish has been great. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. I'll be back with Sam shortly. We've got some new cars to review. I think Sam's probably bought another new car. He's always buying new cars, or old new car. But we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra, guys. All right. Thanks for sticking with it. If you've got this far, kudos. Start that one again. Bye, guys.